Hi everyone, it's Keeping Pants. So we are back with Illusions of Itehari, and we ended last time with this sweet kiss scene. So let's just get started to chapter 5 then. Let's see. Chapter 5? I forgot what the title is. Smoke Signal. I still have my doubts about Yori though. With only 1 week before the Lantern Festival, we are finally entering the last stages of preparations. There's been a delay in setting up the stalls. Oh.
まあ、資材搬入時に事故があり、一部が損失。領民に怪我人も出たが、それは軽傷で済んだ。領民たちは、今ある資材で作れる範囲の屋台を準備したいと言ってるが、どうする？
I see. In that case, I'll leave them to it. Let them know to get in touch with me as soon as they can if they need any additional materials at all.
わかった。
This was my first time overseeing the quarters as family head as it prepared for the festivities, reducing me to a bundle of nerves. But I'm getting by, I think. I gave myself some silent encouragement as I moved on to the next set of documents. I wonder what Ayuki said after we got home, though. By the way, Ayuki, as I took a bite of my miso grilled rice ball, I casually brought up my plans for the day with him. I'll be meeting up with Yori this afternoon.
Ah.
Oh. Yuki didn't bat an eye. Oh, is he okay with it now? He was already aware of my plans since Yori had sent over a bird to tell me that he was free today. However, he glanced my way and spoke with a slightly displeased look on his face. Oh.
嬉しそうだな、姫。
Huh?
最初の頃は暗い顔してたのに、最近、あの人からの連絡を待ってる。
No, we're showing. Oh, really? I didn't realize myself until he pointed out, but looking back, I couldn't deny that he was right.
まあ、ヨリ様がお前に優しくしてくれるならよかったよ。婚約したんだもんな。
I recalled Yori's behavior and shook my head. I'm not sure I can really call it kindness, but I don't think he's all bad. At the very least, I feel like I've come to understand Yori a little bit as we spend more time together.
そうか。
Despite putting a smile as he nodded, there was something else in his expression I couldn't quite place. Like feeling a bit sad to see your child grow up and become independent. I don't think it's that. Yuki had looked after me for as long as I could remember, so it wouldn't be surprising for him to feel that way. Considering how important he is to me, I'll try my best to not worry him. I feel like lying to him is like probably the worst though. I was waiting for Yori at the tea room as usual. Having done this multiple times at this point, I no longer felt as nervous as I did the first time. Yuki might be right. I might be actually looking forward to seeing him. Well, it definitely was a little insensitive for me to feel this way, since the purpose of our outing was to investigate the murders. I had to admit that I didn't hate the time we spent together. Come to think of it, I haven't heard reports of any new victims lately. It was too soon to say anything hopeful, since the murderer was still at large, but I couldn't resist hoping that no one else would be killed and pray that the incidents were over. In that moment, the person I'd been waiting for entered. A smile naturally formed on his face as I waved. I'd like to visit the ninth district today. I want to check in and see how things are in my surf quarter. Is that alright with you?
いいよ、別に。
Did his voice get deeper? I understand. I found myself already responding to him before his word had actually sunk in. Oh? Wait, really?
何その反応。僕変なこと言った？
It sounds strange, just unexpected. Are you sure you didn't mean to say there's no need for me to accompany you for something like that?
まあ、僕も君に情が湧いてきたのかな。少しは譲歩してあげてもいい気分みたい。
I responded. I think I'm gonna go with... Oh, what do you mean? I'm gonna say I'm happy to hear it, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I might actually be a little happy to hear that. No matter what he meant by this, attachment he claimed to have, it still might makes me happy. Seeing that I was satisfied with his answer, Yori gave me a bemused look.
本気で言ってるんだとしたら、君ちょろ単純すぎない？素直によく転がる子の方が、転がす側は楽しいかもしれないけどね。
Is that so? Yori seemed puzzled by my answer.
怒らないの？
I realized that I've come to enjoy our time together lately. As long as we're both having fun, then I don't see the issue.
そういう考え方か。まあ、それが悪いとは言わないけど、来来楽々って感じだよね、君って。
Is that an insult? I felt like he was subtly saying I lacked elegance, but the exact thing could be said for him too. I glared at him, sparing no effort in hiding my discontent, but he simply gave me a cool smile back.
ほら、僕も少し特別っていうか、変わってる方でしょ？だから君みたいなのがいいなんて血迷ったのかもね。
He's insulting me, or is this what he considers high praise? If I were to take his words at face value, he was definitely making a fool out of me. But knowing him, he had to say things in a roundabout way because he resisted open honesty.
とにかく、君を観察してると楽しいし、意外と飽きないなって思う。これは本心だよ。どうしてこんなに心が動くんだろうって不思議になることもあるんだ。
He went silent for a moment before giving me an earnest look.
どうしてこんなに？
His deep blue eyes were fixated on mine. While it was a little embarrassing for some reason, I couldn't bring myself to tear my gaze away. It felt as if my entire body froze in place in an attempt to keep my pounding heart still. I wonder what he's thinking. I wonder what he's thinking. I waited a little more, but at some point, I couldn't contain my curiosity any longer and tried giving him a nudge. What?
別に大したことじゃないよ。気にしないで。
Yori simply shrugged off my question with a smile and didn't elaborate any further. As promised, Yori accompanied me to my surf quarter without complaint. Maybe something good happened recently. Is good or is good bad? I couldn't shrug off the confusion that lingered from his uncharacteristically good mood. It was so my mind has checked in on the stall situation. After that, we made our way towards the learning facility.
ご当主様
One of the instructors greeted us with a smile.
ご助力本当にありがとうございました
Last time they were short people, right?
ご当主様にご支援いただいたおかげでなんとか回っています。最近は物騒な事件も起きていますが、子供たちはみんな元気です。
Oh, that's good. That's great to hear. If there's anything bothering you at all, don't hesitate to let me know.
はい。
The instructor bowed, maintaining his bright and cheerful demeanor.
ねえ姫君、今の話だけど、もしかして手習い所のために東郷の財布を開いたの？
There was enough in the reserve fund, and we also received approval for some additional aid for the Ryue, but that won't be dispersed for a while. The Ryue was very generous with the support for the public institutions. Since the request involved a learning facility, the amount they promised to give us wasn't insignificant by any means.
援助しないと成り立たない場所のために君が手間をかける必要なんてある？
Huh? It's a family head's duty to support facilities that serve their students' well-being. Of course, that includes learning facilities and clinics.
そんなの領民に任せておいても適当に回るでしょう。他の当主たちはみんなそうしてるんじゃない？
Wait, isn't she? I had an inkling that this was the case, but having it pointed out to me like this shook my confidence for a second. Well, personally, I think it's necessary. Yori must have lost interest at this point, letting our exchange trail off. Soon afterward,
ひなぎく様だ。
a group of children ran toward me. It seemed that they were just on their way to the learning facility. So school, basically, right? As they drew closer, Yori made a face and took a step back. He probably wasn't great with kids. I don't think he likes commoners.
おひい様が来てくださって嬉しいです。私たち勉強頑張ってます。
Yes, your instructor told me great things. Glad to hear their cheerful voices. I crouched down to be at eye level with the children.
でもね、みんな全然宿題してこないの。いつまで経っても出さないから師匠も困ってるんだよ。
Is that true?
仕方ないだろ。だって忘れちゃうんだもん。たまにはやるけどさ、カバンの中に入れっぱなしで出しそびれちゃうんだよ。
It's like worse than saying, like
言い
my
訳ばっ
dog
か
ate
り。
it.
言い訳じゃねえって。
This probably wasn't the first time the children bickered over homework. After seeing them engage in an argument that appeared to be almost routine to them, I offered a suggestion. Why don't you try having someone who remembers homework to be on collection duty? It isn't fair for them to be the only ones busy, so make sure to say thank you whenever they come around. While a rotation system where they all took turns would reduce the burden on a select few. From what I was hearing, I had a feeling that some of the kids were the type to forget when it was their turn.
それならいいかも。じゃあ師匠とも相談してみる。
They ran off with bright expressions on their little faces, and I breathed a sigh of relief.
なかなかうまく仲裁してたね。
I stood up. Yori said something so unexpected that I couldn't help but be taken back. Does he not like kids?
何を言いたいのかもうわかるけど、僕も褒めることくらいあるよ。あのうるさい子供たちからいちいち宿題を回収しないといけない師匠側の負担も想像を絶すると思うし、誰かが管理仲介してくれるなら楽だよね。それにその誰かは適度に承認欲求も満たせる。
Despite appearing uninterested in the learning facility and its students, not only was he paying attention, he also observed enough to pay me a compliment. I think that's sweet.
どうしたの姫君。顔が赤いよ。
It's nothing. I hid my cheeks, which grew hot against my will. I could feel my face wrapping in a strange way from both happiness and embarrassment. We didn't discover anything new from the residents during today's investigation. However,
本当に黒鶴が関わってるのかもね。この事件というか殺された人たちに。
it seems so. Today's interviews brought the total number of people who saw a cruiser soldier up to 10. With this many testimonies, we can no longer chalk this up to coincidence or assume they were mistaken.
黒鶴って立場を使えば深夜に会う約束も簡単に取り付けられるだろうし、強引に押し入ることもできる。
But even taking into account how many cruiser soldiers stand out, isn't it strange that they were seen by so many people? You'd think they'd be more careful. It's almost as if they weren't even trying to remain hidden. It was as though they felt that they weren't doing anything wrong at all.
じゃあわざと目撃させたってこと？
Yes, I believe that's a possibility. Why else would they harm people while still in uniform?
まあおかしいよね。普通トガを犯すなら自分につながる証拠なんて残したくないだろうに。
Then, do you think this person is just pretending to be a cruiser officer?
いや、機関兵以外が制服を着用すると来た人間も融通した服の持ち主も厳しく罰せられる。定期的に点検があるけど直近で盗難、紛失の報告は上がってないはずだよ。
Oh. While we could speculate on countless possibilities, we couldn't be certain of anything with the clues we currently had. There's also the possibility that, like Yashiro, the soldier just happened to meet up with the victims and wasn't involved in the murders at all. Can you think of anyone in the cruiser who might go as far as killing people?
いないとは言えないね。人間なんて外から見ただけじゃ
Him?
何もわ
I
から
have a
ない
bad
でしょ。
feeling.
カラたち様なんて人の生き血をすすって若さを保ってるって噂になったことあるし。
What Yori said baffled me so much I froze up. Now that he mentioned it, no one knew how old Lord Karachu was. He had been a general for a very long time now, yet his looks definitely made him seem... It can't be. There's no way. Well, maybe he's like...
いや、もちろん冗談だけどね。みんなも本気では言ってないから。
Haha, right. Knowing that was all fake made me sigh with relief. Instead of taking the time to tease me for being gullible, Yori continued. Are they walking or are they just standing though?
本題に戻るけど、もちろん僕だって黒鶴の中にそんな人間がいなければいいとは思ってるよ。機関兵から殺人者が出て黒鶴の評判が地に落ちるとものすごく迷惑だから、僕に。
I looked up at Yori as he smiled, seeming completely unbothered.
平気で仲間を疑うなんてひどいと思った？
No, not at all. What I felt instead was, I hope it's not an officer. I wouldn't trust anyone. I think I wouldn't trust anyone. I don't know. I was thinking that if I were in your shoes, I wouldn't be able to trust any of the other steam soldiers at all.
へえ、誰でも簡単に信じる。
Jesus, calling us out. Well, considering what happened to you at the Shiken Academy, everyone who treated you terribly there are now steam soldiers, right? Even if they were older than him, commoners couldn't become officers, thus placing Yori higher up in the ladder. So I'm sure they wouldn't treat him the same way they did back then, but if I were you, I'd have a difficult time restoring my trust in people like them. I saw a hint of smile form on his face.
性善説を持ち出さないでくれて助かるよ。僕としてもこんなことで揉めたくはないし、ほら、一時的とはいえ婚約者だから。
He spoke teasingly, and I couldn't stop myself from taking the bait. It might not be temporary anymore, right? I mean, if you really wanted to stay that way, then why did you kiss me? Oh, I hadn't brought it up to him before. So when I put him on the spot, he seemed unusually taken aback.
いや、でもほら、先のことはそんなに焦って決めることじゃなくない？
Even though we kissed?
うるさいな。
You let out a tired sigh before grabbing me by the shoulder. Oh? And pressed his lips against mine as if to shut me up. Again? It was so sudden that I began to pull away, but he wouldn't let go. I feel uncomfortable. Despite still being flustered, I soon stopped resisting, and Yori finally pulled back with a smug look on his face.
ずいぶん僕に肩入れするんだね。婚約者だから？
That's not quite it.
期待させたみたいで悪いんだけど、キスくらい簡単にするよ。
My breath caught in my throat. Yori continued with a cruel smirk. Oh.
最初の1回にこだわる必要ないでしょ。すぐに上書きされて忘れていくよ。
I was unable to move to start my feelings and didn't respond. What I did know for sure, however, was that there was a noticeable pain in my chest.
何？もう一度してほしい？
No, thank you. I avoided his gaze as if to brush off his words. It's not only because we're engaged. I think I actually... What I felt that night and what I currently was feeling collided, creating an incoherable mess. I forced a change in the topic to hide my confused state. That's right. There's something that's been bothering me the more we look into the murders.
露骨に話を変えるね。
Please let it go already. If you let me finish, I notice that the testimonies are consistent in one odd aspect. Why they all mention seeing a soldier, that's it. They never say anything about there being any loud noises or screaming. Does that strike you as strange?
まあ確かに。
その話、小生も気になるかも。
Oh? The Kartachi had seemingly appeared out of thin air and was currently peering at me from behind. How? Huh?
小生も用事があれば外に出るよ。むしろ屋敷にこもってる方が少ないかも。
What?
でも今は小生のことより事件の話でしょ。普通襲われたらびっくりするよね。逃げようとするだろうし、切られたら痛いから悲鳴も上げちゃう。暴れて家具とか倒しちゃうかも。なのに殺人が起きた瞬間を誰も見てない、聞いてない。
Hachi then turned toward Yori and gave him the probing look.
ねえ、よりはどうしてだと思う？
さあ、偶然とは思えないですけどね。一人でいるところを襲われた被害者がいる一方、家族と同じ屋敷で寝たのに朝になったら死んでたなんて被害者もいる。であれば何かしら目撃者を作らない工夫があったんじゃないでしょうか。
例えば声を出せないよう最初に喉を潰されたとか。
元帥閣下は報告書を読んでないんですね。そんな傷ありませんでしたけど。
例えばの話なのに。じゃあ一撃必殺？下手人は金次並みの腕前だった？
Lord Kartachi asked these questions somewhat excitedly, making Yori sigh.
死体にあった無数の傷はどう説明するんです？
死後に傷つけた？
そんな無意味なこと誰がするんですか？生きたまま切り刻まれたんでしょう。だから現場は血の海も同然のありさまだった。
The conversation had taken a gruesome turn, rendering me speechless.
人を殺すことに快楽を感じるたちでなければ拷問もしくは見せしめ目的ですかね。 もういいですか、カラたち様。婚約者の前でこんなこと話したくないんですが。
I heard about the horrifying state of the victims were found, but I want to know too. Hearing the details still shocked me. But however awful it was to learn, each detail is still important. In that case, rather than victims not making noise, maybe it was that no one heard them.
姫君。
Yori seemed surprised to see me continue the conversation.
貴君の案もないとは言えないね。周りが騒がしければ悲鳴も紛れちゃうし。面白い話が聞けてよかったよ。捜査が進展したらちゃんと報告してね。
The Kotachi grinned before calling out to Yori after remembering something.
ところでより、ちゃんと自分の仕事してる？部下ばっかり使って楽してない？
Oh?
働いてますよ。出すべき結果を出してれば家庭はどうでも関係ないでしょう。僕の隊は指揮官が優秀なおかげで他よりずっと成績いいじゃないですか。
問題児だね。まあ小生は好きだよ。よりのそういう尖ってるとこ。それじゃあひなぎく殿もまたね。
The Kotachi flashed us one last smile and waved as he walked off. He's just like a storm.
ま、とりあえずそろそろ送るよ。
We don't need him to take us home. Not after that. Having also got caught up like activity around Lord Kotachi, he let out a small sigh before resuming our walk. I started to get used to having him escort me home like this, but I don't want him to. It's awkward first, but now... It's nice that I can be with him until the moment I get home. I surprised even myself with this change of heart. I don't know, man. I kind of don't even want to... I don't want to be around him, not with like this. Is this another?
どうして殺した？はあ？僕じゃないんだけど。せっかく突き止めて会いに行ったのに、もう殺されてたんだって。手間が省けてよかったんじゃ？これで売り手がいなくなるわけじゃん。
While it was true that this made things easier for us, the situation wouldn't change unless we dealt with it at the source. Who is this talking? Even if the vendors were dead, they could easily be replaced.
あ、連中を殺したやつなら見たけど。顔はもうほとんど忘れたけど、黒ずるだったよ、あの制服は。間違いなくそれ。
Who's this guy's voice? I don't remember him at all. It doesn't sound familiar. Less than 2 days passed since I last saw Yori. And we were currently on yet another outing. I feel like I don't even want to go with him anymore. After what he said, because I feel like it'd be too hurt.
黒鶴様、うちの店に入った賊をすぐに捕まえてくださっておかげで。
ああ、うん。
Despite Yori's cold attitude, the man didn't let it stop thanking him. There was a robbery? How rare.
黒鶴としての義務を果たした。それだけだよ。いちいち感謝されることじゃない。
いいえ、そんな。
He looked to me for help, but I simply shook my head. I wanted him to accept the man's words of gratitude. I left them to it and soon found myself doing a little bit of window shopping. This is adorable. I spotted a paperweight made of glass. It shimmered beautifully as it caught the light.
ひなぎく城どうしました？
It's spooky? I turned to find him standing right next to me. It appeared that he was doing some shopping of his own. Oh my god, I feel like we always do this.
ガラス細工ですか。綺麗ですね。
Do you like these kind of things so spooky?
自分で使うことはありませんが、好ましくは思っています。私の机には無骨なものしかないので、こういうガラスの文鎮などを置くのもいいかもしれませんね。
As he spoke, he picked up a paperweight that contained an iris. I've been wanting something like it for myself as well. Having something nice to look at would make doing paperwork more enjoyable. I don't know about that. He smiled when I voiced my agreement.
ねえ、そう思います。
Since he usually had a stoic look on his face, it was rare to see him with such a kind expression. I really can't see him in a negative light after all. I think Yori's right. Maybe there's just a huge misunderstanding between him and Yori.
ひなぎく城はどちらがいいと思いますか？
Tsubaki gestured to the paperweight with the iris from earlier along with another one on that had cherry blossoms on it. Both would suit you well, but I prefer the cherry blossom more.
俺もです。
He gave me another smile as he nodded and turned toward the shopkeeper.
これはいくらだ？
He pointed at the items as he spoke.
一つで2円になります、旦那。では2つもらおう。釣りはいい。
He handed a 55 yen coin to the shopkeeper, then picked up both the glass paperweights.
ひなぎく城、よければ受け取ってください。
Please, Yori, don't be behind them. Please don't be behind them. Please don't be behind them. Please don't be behind them. Oh, he proceeded to place the cherry blossom paperweight in my hands.
相談に乗ってくださったお礼です。
Consider... Oh... But isn't this the one that you... I was pretty sure he mentioned preferring this one. Wait, isn't the iris or... No, this is cherry blossom. Oh god, please don't be behind him. Oh god. Ooh. I hesitantly peered down at the unexpected gift. The pale flowers looking beautiful within the transparent glass. Thank you very much, Lord Tsubuki.
いい旦那さんですね、おひいさま。
Oh no. What? I was shocked by the shopkeeper's cheerful observation. Oh god, this is gonna be so bad. Is that what we look like? Oh my god.
違うんですかい？
Oh.
ああ。
After an awkward silence, Lord Tsubuki apologized casually.
弟の婚約者にこんな。まったくだよ。人の婚約者に勝手に物を買い与えないでくれる？
God damn it. It's like right there too. Oh my god. But I don't feel like why he's so upset. Or just a temporary engagement. I turned around at the sharp voice to find Yori scowling, clearly
Iku?
unhappy. But he was so mean to us the other day. Yori grabbed my hand and pulled me away without waiting for a response. The spooky reached out to stop us, but it was too late. All he could do was stare after us as we left, his hand still in the air. I could tell Yori was in an incredibly bad mood without even looking at him. I mean, it's justifiable, but like it's not either, because it's like it's a tougher engagement. It doesn't matter, right?
どういう経緯であれ、悪いのはつわぶきだけど、君も君でどうかと思うな。もう少し自覚を持った方がいいよ。はあ。それとも婚約を解消したくなった？
That's not it at all. If I had a conscious intention of calling it off, I wouldn't have accepted his kiss that night, regardless of whether or not I was caught up in the moment. Yuri stopped in the middle of an alley and looked back at me, making no attempt to hide his irritation. He then abruptly grabbed my waist and pulled me close. Oh. Yuri, what are you...
これはお仕置きだよ、姫君。自分が誰のものなのか自覚できてない婚約者殿に、僕のものだって印をはっきりつけておこうかと思って。
Please stop this, Yuri. Someone might see us here. I tried pushing him away, but he refused to budge. Instead, he brushed aside the ribbon hanging from the clasp of my neck and began kissing the skin exposed beneath it.
心配なのは今のこと？それとも後のこと？
Later?
わからない？一日じゃ消えないくらいの後は残すつもりなんだけど。
I stiffened at his words.
いいでしょ別に。僕たちは貴族なんだから。何をしても許される。誰に見られようと咎める権利はないよ。それよりちゃんと反省して。
Was what just happened really that bad? This tickle sensation of his lips made me so embarrassed that I couldn't think straight. Hearing him repent at me while he did so made me begin to feel like I was in the wrong. She isn't.
でも困ったな。人のものはなおさら美味しそうに見えるんだよね。誰にも取られないようにしたいのに、逆効果だったらどうしよう。
Huh? What? He continued to do as he pleased, and I was unable to move until he was satisfied. Yuri escorted me home as usual. I felt uncomfortable. But we were both quiet as we walked, making things terribly awkward. I myself was still feeling embarrassed by what just happened, and covered up the area he touched with my hand as we went. I don't appreciate how forceful he was, but I still couldn't say that I hated him. My mind was in a whirlwind of thoughts, making me unable to sort through my feelings. when we were almost at my estate. Oh, that kitten. I spotted a familiar cat walking along a nearby wall. Takio, was it? When I called out to it, it hopped down to where we were standing. I rubbed its tawny fur against my leg, and I gently picked it up. How cute!
猫と知り合いなんだね、君。
Would you like to hold it?
いらない。僕動物って嫌いなんだよね。
Do you mean you're not good with them?
じゃなくて嫌い。
I see. So he's not good with them. I was able to breathe a little more easily now that things were back to normal between us. Oh, I see you got your collar fixed. That's great.
首を
Yes, the last time I saw it, and the ornament on its collar had fallen off.
ふん。
I think this collar is popular among cat owners. I've seen other cats with the exact same one. After I spoke, Yori reached out and lightly touched the kitten's ornament. Yori, what are you?
ああ、別に壊したわけじゃないよ。少しひねると取れるようになってた。これ、首輪の内側に何か入ってるね。
Oh? Huh? The kitten began to squirm as we adjusted my hold on it. Yuri managed to pry something out of the collar. What was that? A message?
銀腕の患者とその協力者たちがよく使う不調の一種だよ。
You mean...
どうやら銀腕の患者たちは猫を使って情報のやり取りをしてたみたいだね。
Oh, if that was the case... Wait. No, I don't think we should reprimand Yashiro, right? I think we should, are the cat owners spies? Yeah? Oh, I guess it's not that. I don't feel like we should blame Yashiro. Oops, Yashiro though, because it doesn't. Well, is it because he was suspicious of him? I don't know if it doesn't make any sense to me. I wonder if Yashiro knew about this. Unconsciously muttered the thought that immediately crossed my mind. I recalled our exchange from the other day. Also here, I think this is part of the ornament on the little one's collar.
ああ。ところで、破片ってこれだけだった？
Oh god. Was he trying to see if I saw the letter?
何も知らなかったとは考えにくいよね。こうなると半月堂くんも怪しくなってくる。
Yuri began to summarize what he knew.
猫の首輪に情報を入れたのは当然飼い主かそれに近しい存在、家族とか。その情報を回収するのは誰だと思う？普段から飼い主と接点があるわけじゃない。 でも猫に接近しても疑われない人物。
For example, oh, a handyman who takes care of odd jobs. Yori responded with a light nod.
複数の猫が同じ首輪をつけてってことは、同じ手段で複数の家と情報のやり取りをしてたんだろうね。手間はかかるけど、直接手紙を渡すよりも安全に連絡が取れる。
For instance, if they were to use the usual messenger birds, both sides would need one that remembered the location of the homes. And if the cruiser were to enter those homes, the birds could be used as proof to incriminate them.
ひとまずこの手紙は黒鶴で解読に回すよ。結果が出るまで姫君はしばらく半月堂に近寄らないでくれる？危険だからね。
Dangerous?
八代くんがこの件に噛んでる可能性は高いでしょ。
Yori responded with an almost annoying politeness that bordered on sarcasm.
もちろんつゆくさくんも怪しいよね。彼らは銀腕の患者、もしくは銀腕と通じている裏切り者かもしれない。接触した相手が死んでいることからも事件と密接に関わりがある。どころか彼らが殺しているのかも。
That's just... While I wanted to deny it, the evidence was stacked against me.
自分が銀腕の患者だと知られてることに気づいたらどう出るかわからない。姫君だって安全ではいられないかも。いくら僕だってせっかく手に入れた婚約者に死なれるのはごめんだよ。
The game was spies who infiltrated and investigated Itehari. I knew they didn't view us in a favorable light, but are they really so hostile that they would go as far as to kill people? I was so full of disbelief and denial that I was having trouble breathing.
飼い主側、猫探しを半月堂に依頼していた家の方も探ってみるよ。気が向かないけど、まずは地道に張り込みかな。こちらの動きを察知されて証拠を隠滅されるのだけは避けたいし。
In that case, I was just about to express my desire to help. But Yori let out an exasperated sigh and refused my request before I could voice it.
黒鶴に任せておけばいいんだよ。こういうことは君みたいなお姫様が気にすることじゃない。わかるでしょ？
I wish you wouldn't treat us like this though.
でも
Yori shrugged tiredly with a resigned look on his face.
どうせやりたいって言うんだろうし、仕方ないから僕が付き合わせてあげる。
Is that really okay? I couldn't contain my enthusiasm, to which Yori responded with a strained smile.
勝手に動かれるよりはずっとマシだからね。早速明日、いや、明後日の夜から張り込んでみようか。
Understood. I feel like he's gonna start without us anyways. After that, Yori walked me to the front gate. I had completely forgotten about the marks around my neck, collarbone, so it didn't take long for Yuki to notice. Oh my god. He simply kept quiet, wearing an expression I had never seen on him before. Even though he didn't ask about it, I was overcome by embarrassment that I wasn't able to make eye contact with him for a while. The night we were to meet soon arrived. Among the nobles who asked Hinagiku to help find their cat, we decided to stake out the house that belonged to one who hadn't been murdered yet. We had already confirmed that the family's cat had the same collar and detachable ornament. The fact that Yori had been able to do all this work since I saw him last reminded me of how capable he was. That said, there was also a chance that the culprit wouldn't take any sorts of action today. Yori explicitly told me to keep in mind that tonight's efforts might be fruitless.
事情は大体把握しましたけど、なんで俺まで呼び出されてるんすかね。
I was wondering the same thing. We both looked over at Yori, who responded calmly.
大切な婚約者の安全が第一だから、何かあった時のために人手は多い方がいいでしょ。
Precious fiancé? To be honest, being called that filled me with equal amounts of bewilderment and happiness.
大事なら置いてくりゃいいじゃないっすか。東郷の姫が取り物で役立つことはないっしょ。
Ajiro shook his head eerily as he spoke.
深夜に時々張り込みデートってことなら、付き合わされる俺が不憫すぎません。
無駄口を叩くのはそれくらいにしてくれる？これで対象に気づかれでもしたら愛次郎の責任だよ。
It was clear Ajiro still had his complaints, but he kept quiet and obeyed Yori's cold instructions. After he had observed the estate from some time,
誰か来たみたいっすね。
Oh, who is it? Who is it? Ajiro got our attention in a quiet voice, without taking his eyes off the person of interest. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Yori nodded, having noticed them as well. I followed the direction of their gaze. In the midst of the darkness, I barely made out the silhouette that was closing in on the building. Is that... Who is it? Lord Tsubuki, why is he... Oh no! What is this? We watched as he entered the house without waiting for servants to open the door.
どうします？とりあえず踏み込んでみましょうか。
Ajiro seemed eager to take action, but Yori stopped him with a light raise of his hand.
もしかしたらツワブキも今回の件を調べてここに行き着いたのかもしれない。だったら邪魔はしない方がいいでしょ。
つまりこうしてせっかく張り込んだのに手柄は全部少佐に取られるってことっすね。
Despite his outburst, Ajiro didn't actually seem that upset. He may be an agreeable person in general, but...
運がいいっすね。つわぶき様にこんなこと言ってもらえるなんて。俺も頼るならつわぶき様がいいっすね。うちの上官みたいのは仕事以外で関わりたくないっつうか。
Based on the conversation we had in the past, it was clear that he admired Lord Tsubuki. Quite some time has passed since we saw him enter the house, and there weren't any noticeable changes. There was no indication that he would be leaving anytime soon.
なんか嫌な予感がしますね。
About him
諏訪
going to
吹
the
様に
house?
何かあることなんてまずないでしょうけど、そろそろ突入します。
どうする姫君。
Why are you asking us? Why is he asking me? Despite my confusion, I thought to myself for a bit before giving him my answer. Oh my god, are you serious? Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna say go in. F it. F it. Let's go in. I think we should go in. I'm feeling a little uneasy about this too. Is he happy?
わ
Was
かっ
that good?
た。じゃあ一緒に行こ
I feel like this is a trap. Yori smiled as he compiled with my request. It was reassuring to see how calm he was despite our situation. With that settled, he proceeded to infiltrate the estate. I don't feel comfortable. I feel like this is very uncomfortable. Perhaps it was a standard procedure as Kuzo's soldiers, but they kicked over the furniture and broke through the doors, making no attempt to hide the fact that they were breaking in. Why? But when we were inside, it seemed that the building had already been cleared out. Huh? There were no traces of any servants, and the house was deathly silent. Oh? Just now?
う。どうしたの？
It probably isn't all that important, but I thought I smelled flowers.
どこかに飾ってあるんじゃないですか？
That's probably it. Flowers were quite costly, but in the past I begged Yuki to purchase them. As a result, I was able to buy a cherry blossom branch from the surface. Oh. The fragrance in the air is pretty similar to cherry blossoms. However, cherry blossoms only bloomed in the spring. It wasn't possible to get any fresh flowers at this time of year, so perhaps the family was burning some incense. While I was distracted by the scent, Yori kicked down the door and we all followed him inside. Huh? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? I want to know. What we saw rendered me speechless. On the floor was a mangled corpse. It was dyed with a dark red and broken up into pieces. It was clear that it had been slashed over and over again. But what was most shocking oh my god, was the person next to it. Was he being controlled? Standing on the blood-stained floor, there's none other than Lord Tsubuki. Oh my god, a sword strands in dark lay at his feet. It can't be.
これはどういうことかな、兄さん。
Tsubuki groaned in response to Yori's words of blatant distress. He killed someone. Perhaps unable to cope with the reality of what he had done, the Tsubuki gaze remained fixed on his blooded hands.
諏訪吹様、嘘ですよね。
The stench of blood that filled the room was so overpowering that I couldn't even speak. Shouldn't they look for the
祭司の
flowers?
名を黒鶴の名をこれ以上怪我したくなければ投降してよ。
The expression he wore made it seem like he was in pain. Though he gently shook his head, his gaze was still unfocused.
愛次郎拘束して。
Oh god, I think
できますかね俺に。
I'm fazed by the large amount of blood. Ashiro began to approach Lord. Oh god, I feel like he's gonna kill him. And without any signs of resistance, Lord Tsubuki was apprehended and immediately taken to a holding cell in the command center. After he had been formally turned in, I was taken in for questioning, gave my statement, and was finally able to go home. But he can't.
大丈夫姫君。
I could only nod stiffly in response to Yori, who was being uncharacteristically considerate.
驚いたよね。ごめん。あんな。
I shook my head and took a deep breath before speaking. It isn't your fault, Yori.
屋敷まで送るよ。今日は早く休んで。
He gently put his arm around my shoulder and matched my pace as we walked. I still feel dazed, like having a nightmare. Lord Tsubuki killed someone? The horrific scene flashed through my mind again, and I quickly covered my mouth to stave off the urge to retch. I'd heard of numerous cases of violent deaths until this point, but it was the first time I had seen it with my own eyes. My mind seemed to be numb from the shock. That can't be, though.
今回の件、さすがに小生もがっかりだよ。榊殿にもめっちゃ怒られた。あなたの下に置いているからこんなことになったんですって。さすがにひどくない？
申し訳ありません。
最初から分かってたはずだよね、つわぶき。抱えきれない荷物ならもっと早くに放り捨てるべきだった。
Oh? Wait, what? Okay, that was such a whirlwind. I am going to end the video here. I have so much mixed feelings with like Yori, and I think because I did play the other three paths, like more of the story is coming together from other perspectives. But I don't want to comment too much on that because I feel like it's spoilers depending on like which paths you guys have played at to this point. But I don't think he did it willingly or something, and I hope Yori will turn around and be better. But okay, I'm gonna end it here though. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Please subscribe. Bye.